just square up the foundation of your house. I've been out here in the forest now trying to build a house for over 5 months, and I finally hit those delays and holdups everybody talks about. But this week, I did manage to square up the foundation to the exact numbers, even though it was done in the dark. And I made some other progress too. I also had a couple visitors on my trail cam to show you. And yes, I also tinkered with the ICF foundation and got it pretty level as well. Yeah, summer is rolling by and I've hit some red tape all right, and I'm waiting on a part to get here that seems to be taking its sweet time. But this is what I signed up for after all, so here we go. Since the winter of 2026, I've been living in my tent on 25 acres of wildland that I bought. I sold my place just before, and now I'm spending all my money on an off-grid house build. When it's done, there will be no mortgage and only a few bills to pay because I'll be on well water and solar power. I've done this once before though. This is my first log cabin you're seeing. I cut this thing right from the trees off the land. It was a simpler build, but I did it for the exact same reasons. Freedom and immersion in nature. It was home base for 5 years. Though I love the round and rustic logs in my first cabin, for my house, I'm using squared logs from a local mill. You see, I'm not a builder by trade. I'm a musician and an all-around regular dude, so for a house build, I'm not messing around. I'm going to build something I can actually handle and something I can hopefully get into before this winter. Of course, there will be a log cabin built deep in the property once the house is done. That'll be the next project, but for any dreamers out there looking for a way out of the system, take my videos as a blueprint for one way to get there. Because if I can make this happen, well, so can you. All right, let's go on a little trail cam adventure, shall we? And looky what I found on the ground here, just on the way back to put up a new trail cam over some bear scat I found in the back. Check this out. This, my friends, looks like fox scat. Eating the berries, about the right size. You know, my hand is here, not very big. Tells you what they've been eating, a lot of fruit. It's on this trail, the same trail that I walked to get back to my primitive camp, which is just straight up ahead there. You can see the lean-to. God, I love this part of the forest. I'm just heading down that way to put the camera in a new spot, but they never logged back here. You can see these old hardwood forests, these old hardwood trees. It was never logged. Love these old rock faces too. Check that out. Just awesome back here. This type of forest is also what I want to replicate throughout the whole property, more or less. You know, it's possible to do. I mean, look at how beautiful it is. You know, it's possible to do. Just with cutting trees here and there, transplanting trees here and there, you're speeding up the succession of the woods by a ton. And just as I mentioned that, we have arrived at the place. There's a scat right there where I'm going to be putting the trail cam, one of these trees around here. Not only is there scat there, but there's a foxhole, an old fox den right there. So there's enough sign here to tell me the wildlife are passing through here a lot. So I'm back here getting the trail cam, trying to move it, and I'm seeing this water and the marsh around it. And I'm wondering, can I just walk down there? I've tried this before, but it was earlier in the year. It's dried up now. Maybe I can get down there. Look at all this gorgeous habitat. And my entrance is flooded here. Wow, a lot of frogs. See all those frogs? Oh yeah. We are at the river. Can't go much farther than that though. Time to get a canoe, get in here and enjoy this properly. What am I doing? What am I doing without a canoe? I've been so focused on the build, I don't come back here nearly enough. And as I've said before, I own that land over there. There's about 300 meters length of forest I own in there I've never been to. I just gotta jump across this stuff. You know? I should just put a wetsuit on and run across this and see what happens. I'm gonna collect a bone from this pile. From the old moose carcass here. I think I'm gonna keep this skull and have it in my collection. Clean it up and keep this thing. So I picked a bit of a different spot for my trail cam in the end. If you can see behind me here, bit of a natural funnel area from the opening, the outcrop at the river. Then we got this funnel. Then we're going into the forest again. And there's a big moose track right in front of me here. See this thing? That's big. Big track. So by putting the camera right there, my chances of seeing different sorts of animals are up. A moose can fit through here. A bear can fit in here. Anything can fit in this space behind me. And all this behind me here. And it's a natural place for everything to go through. It's clear, and it's right between the river and where the forest begins again. So we'll see what happens. The date and time are way off, but you can see my instincts were correct in finding a good spot. The deer passed right through this spot, and not too long after, this young little black bear wandered on through as well. Looks like a young one just learning the ropes, and that one's worth watching again a second time. Something I got a lot of this week was rain. So here's a couple scenes of natural white noise for you to enjoy. The nice thing about my new tarp setup is I can stand outside my tent and not get rained on. Life changer. Oh yeah, a couple other things I did around camp were moving logs. I still don't have the equipment for it, so I'm just using the good old heel-toe express to get them around. One's much bigger than this, I probably couldn't handle, so what you're seeing is the absolute max power that I have in my body. So one thing I haven't talked about yet is the effect of living this way on my gear. Crocs are done. I like my Crocs. They're great outdoor shoes. They're light. They're quiet. There's no laces. And RIP my steel toe boots. There's steel coming right out of the things now. And they're done. They're done. So I think I'm gonna have to toss both of those out. And you can just imagine how many holes I have in my socks and how many socks I've had to get rid of. But that is the state of things. Time to buy some new gear. All right, it's time to get at that foundation now. So the tool I'm waiting on is an extension bit to get the rebar into the ground. So in the meantime, I'm just doing what I can until I get it. So this leveling game is a puzzle. I'm at the start of it. I'm at kind of a difficult spot because I rented a transit, so the thing you saw me going around with the stick and the big level behind me. And I'm waiting on a extension bit to come in, which hasn't showed up at the post office yet. The reason I need the extension bit is because I need to drill down deep into these ICF cavities before I can build the walls higher. So I'm stuck in a waiting game for that part. But for now, I'm just getting a sense of level, and it's pretty close, but this is a puzzle here. This block right here is supposed to be the highest block. It's what we've been measuring off of the whole time. And it's throwing me for a loop. It's throwing me for a loop because it's higher than that one and lower than that one. So the ones beside it. So I just have to figure a few things out here and play with some stuff, and I should be okay. That's the gist of it. I'm not making much sense at this time of the day, but it's a good time just to sit down and think and look at stuff, which is exactly what I'm gonna do now. And so next, I had to square this thing up. So in the dark, with the floodlight, my good old buddy Jarrett came by and gave me a hand with it. It's way easier with two people. We didn't have any fancy tools, we just used a long tape measure. You have over there?
39.2.
39 what? 2?
39.2.
Okay. You sure it's 2?
Yeah, shouldn't it be 40?
No, it's shorter now.
Oh.
That one's a bit longer then.
Well, it's an inch.
1 inch longer over there.
Oh yeah, it is pretty easy to move, eh? With the entire structure.
Yeah, it's pretty light. Like it's all tied together. That one's loose.
Yeah, it's like that's literally how much it's gonna have to.
You just moved it, yeah. And actually, yeah, that thing had a gap. That actually might be great. And this is
Like that might be almost enough for that 3/4 of an inch.
and actually, if you could hold it there while we measure it,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and then I can pin it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on over here.
Yeah, that's bang on 8 1/4.
No way.
Yeah, it was just need that kick.
Yes.
The only thing I see though, I don't know if you've seen this wall does a little bit of one of these. Like,
Yeah, this swale in it.
yeah, but
That I'll be able to fix that. I just got to brace the bottoms first.
right.
Okay. We are squared, folks. The building is squared. You can see the green laser light behind me. I'm still messing around with that, but I thought it looked cool, so I'd film it. And it also is showing that I am pretty much where I want to be. Nice and level. The main thing is, though, that the building is square. We have the same measurement across the diagonals. This is good. It is the dead of night out here. And the building is square. Victory. So now that it was squared up, I had to level it all. So with a transit and a Sawzall, I just went at it. Basically, I'd level the top, and if it had to come down a bit, I would take some material off the bottom of the ICF with the Sawzall here. And I just did that all the way around the building. I actually can't wait to work with wood again. The ICF is a great building material, but it's unnatural. It's a bit gross, and it smells weird. But it needs to be done, and I know it's the best thing to use for building a foundation, so I'm just kind of sticking through it for now. This has been one of the more annoying and stressful parts of the whole foundation thing here. I don't have an extender bit to get down into these ICF to put the rebar, so that means I can't build it up until I have that. But in the meantime, I'm renting the transit, the thing you see me walking around with, and I'm just leveling, I'm putting on a top row like that, just in case I can get a level line. And that's what I've been doing all the way around, just getting a level line on top. But I'm gonna have to take all those off and then drill down and then put them back on. But at least I can cut the bottoms and shim it and go from there. It's really annoying because, you know, there's a moving million parts and I'm out of a part, and you get the point. And as it turns out, this big old fence I went to the trouble of making was totally useless to me in the end. I didn't use it at all. So now I needed to just take it all apart. So this is what all the old dudes out there mean when they say, well, just do it right the first time. Because basically I built this thing thinking I would use it, and then I took it apart, not using it at all. So anyways, lesson learned there. The ICF is squared and that's all that matters. And now that this big foam box is all squared up, I can just brace the corners. So that's what I'm doing here. And I can't much go farther than that because, as you know, I'm still waiting on that little tool. So I spray foamed the gaps at the bottom and screwed boards into the ICF. Like I've said, it's not the most natural materials I'm using, but at least it's simple. And I do like simple. It kind of looks like a mess here, but that's because I'm scribed right onto this rock. I'm not right on the level forms. I'm basically bracing this building and fastening it to the bedrock itself. So there's gaps all over the place, and as long as you're covering them up with spray foam and boards and then backfill after that, it's going to be strong and you won't be seeing any of this stuff anyways. It's all going to be buried. And so it continued. That's about as far as I got this week with the build, folks. But now, we're going to do the usual Q&A, and I'll play you a new tune I wrote for my Labrador album. And, of course, I'm going to end the video off with pure nature sounds from the forest around here, for those in need of nature therapy. Greetings, folks. Welcome to another Q&A here. And I'm also going to play a song. Got my guitar here for you as well. And I am sitting in front of my shed here, which is a much more substantial building than where I actually sleep, go figure. And anyways, I'm starting to like this thing. I'm starting to like these steps I built. Feeling really homey over here. At the end of this, I'm going to show you my favorite comment. I'm going to put it on birch bark along with my least favorite comment. And in this video, they are this one and the same. My favorite comment is also my least favorite comment. You will see. So I've both written it down to put in my home, and I've also written down to put on the Thunderbox, and in fact it is on the Thunderbox right now. Kind of funny. You'll see what I mean. And I have committed all your questions to my piece of birch paper here. There's only a few tonight, so we have more time for the tune. And let's get right into it. So, Struggling Paradox writes, yes, you could run a small fridge off the Blue Eddy, or most certainly a 12-volt cooler compressor type of power station, yeah. Of course, making sure the solar panels are doing their job. Of course, yes, the 12-volt cooler is a very appealing idea right now to run off my Blue Eddy, which lives in here, the House of Blues, I call it. Haven't done it yet. I've just been kind of getting by without a fridge. And surprisingly, you can actually do that. At nights it gets cool enough that my food barrel sort of holds the cold, and things last for a few days in there. I've had things go moldy too, though. So, but yeah, 12-volt cooler for sure. Loretta Francoeur says, hey, to me, you should sleep in the shed right here. That is what I would do. I agree, it's a way stronger building. Yes, a few of you said that now, just sleep in the shed, but my tent is actually bigger, so I'm gonna sleep in my tent. And I like camping. Moving right on. Nomad Taz 989 says, try peppermint oil in some water and spray it on your tires and under your van or on your motor. Rodents don't like peppermint. Yeah, for sure. I've actually listened to all the people saying use peppermint oil and use bounce sheets to keep the rodents at bay, and it seems to work so far. My car smells really good as well, and there's always rodents that visit my kitchen tent at night, and I've been putting peppermint oil in there, and well, they still come in there, so it's a battle, but things smell better, and it seems to work in the car for sure. And I have some underneath the shed too. And the last one of this episode, Margot Burns, 9085 says, you might want to tell your American viewers that hydro is what we Canadians call our electrical power. Yes. Can't imagine how nice it must be to have a tower fan in your tent. Love your filming style and of course your original music. Thanks. Absolutely. So for our American viewers out there, we call electrical power hydro. I think because we get it from hydroelectric dams mostly, so we just call it hydro. We don't say electrical or electric power. We just say, yeah, the hydro on the road there. That's how we talk. So whenever I say hydro, we mean electrical power. But none of that really matters because I'm going to be on solar in here anyways. So, and I'm just using power stations to get by with my power right now. So, but for the record, hydro means power. And I just want to say thank you. I'm glad a lot of you enjoyed my tune last time. I'm going to play you another tune off of my upcoming album about Labrador, Canada, after I show you my favorite comment, which is also my least favorite comment, from good old Kevin Walker, I believe it was. It made me laugh, and it was a dig at me at the same time. It was a beautiful, it's a legendary comment, so here you go. So this song is called Red Bay, named after, of course, Red Bay in Labrador, which most of you probably haven't heard of or never been to. I've been there on the ship I work on with Expedition Cruises, and it was once the center of the universe. It was once the biggest whaling station on Earth, and who settled it were the Basques. The Basques are a sort of mysterious European people who exist in the mountains between Spain and France. And they were never conquered by Rome. So these people are fighters. And they made it over to Labrador in the early 1600s and founded Red Bay, which you can still go to today. Of course, the whaling's all gone, but it's now a very quiet, sleepy place. But it has a very big history. And I've been there a few times, and you can imagine back in the day there was, Inuit people there who used the shoreline, and they were there in their kayaks. And the Basque whalers brought their galleons, which were their form of ship that they sailed to hunt whales. So, and then there's also, of course, the Innu people there at the time, the Innu, I should be clear on that, Innu, and they were hunting inland, hunting the caribou and living more in the forests than opposed to on the shore. So you had this whole collision of cultures, and right in Red Bay, Labrador, go figure. So I call this one Red Bay. Here we go. Steaming on by Belle Isle, Basques did set sail, to clanging wood and iron and fumes of the whale. The casks down in the hold, bound for the bay, awaiting liquid gold to be sailed away. To the distant homeland they long to see again, that boundless horizon chasing till the end. And kayak and galleon upon the waterway, my heart still envisions up the shore from Red Bay. That storm of '65 rolled through the strait, snapped all her anchor lines and sealed the San Juan's fate. Planks grown, anchors lost, her crew could only pray. Lives gone to bitter cost, now they rest so far away. To the distant homeland they long to see again, that boundless horizon chase until the end. Kayak and galleon upon the waterway, my heart still envisions up the shore from Red Bay. Oh! Never an empty place
place so quiet she did seem. Time left a subtle trace till the wailing frenzy, and shores of Inuits and trails anew made. The sea legs just weren't fit, so the bass just sailed away to the distant homeland they'd long to see again, that boundless horizon chasing till the end. Kayak and galleon upon the waterway, my heart still envisions up the shore from Red Bay.